Well, hi guys. Normally you see my face. I'm Melinda Fargas with weekly travel updates, and it is the 17th of June. However, I'm using my new laptop and I can't figure out how to get anything but this colorful blob as my camera. I can move it, but you still cannot see my face. I don't know what's wrong. Lucky for you, I have a very handsome customer who's going to join us. And he and his bride just celebrated their 30th anniversary at Sandals. And he is going to tell you what Sandals is like. Now, I was honored to do Jeff and Rhonda Terrell's honeymoon 30 years ago. And we've done several Sandals trips before. If you would, I am bringing Jeff up to the stage. Hello, sir.
Hello, Melinda.
I wish I could see you. I mean, I can see you. I wish you could see me. Well, tell us about your most recent trip.
Oh, we had a great time, Melinda. We went to Barbados. Sandals Barbados has two properties, just the normal Barbados, and then they have the Barbados Royal, and they're both actually, even though a lot of their maps make it look like the properties are separated by a good distance, they're actually pretty connected. So you get to experience both properties very easily. You can go back and forth from pool to pool and from restaurant to restaurant. There's 21, 22 restaurants on the property. So there's plenty to do and eat and all kinds of fun stuff to do. But when you first get there, they give you a map that shows the royal side and it has the other side, and it looks like they're two separate sides. But this actually, like I said, it just merges. It just blends so smoothly. But
Wow.
we had a wonderful time. We had another couple went with us, Todd and Christy Felkel. They were on their 30th wedding anniversary as well, and so we just had one of the best times there. We enjoyed the pool and got to do a little snorkeling, and went to we actually did a little trip. Went to Carlisle Bay and did snorkeling at Carlisle Bay, and we did what do you call it, a little trip where you take the like a van around the island,
An
and
excursion.
excursion. Yep,
Uh-huh.
Captain Larry, funny guy, wonderful guy, Captain Larry. Him and his crew took a bunch of us on one day around the island, and we got to see all kinds of cool stuff. Got to see monkeys and feed the monkeys, and got to go swimming in a cave, and got to see where Rihanna grew up and where her new house is now. Where she, from a little small house she grew up in to the $22 million mansion she has now.
Wow.
But it was really cool. We had a good time. We snorkeled some more and got to see some sea turtles and some sunken ships and all kinds of cool stuff.
I saw your pictures on Facebook, so I would encourage anybody who doesn't know Jeff, go look at his Facebook page because he put some awesome pictures.
Sorry.
I can believe that you saw blowfish,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
Yep.
those sea turtle pictures were awesome, Jeff.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's funny. They told us. They said, we guarantee you'll see some sea turtles, and so we were thinking, okay, well, they may be pretty good ways off. That they won't get too close to us. But it's funny. Both times we dove or snorkeled. Some people dove actually, but they came right up to us. It was pretty close to us, so it was pretty fun. We had a good time doing that, um, and then we then went to, I think, three ships. There was three sunken ships in the same area, and so we got to see three different ships, and there was lots of fish swimming around the ships, and it was really cool.
Did you make those pictures with an underwater camera?
Some of them I did, yeah, yeah. I have a little Nikon Pixel underwater camera.
Wow,
Yeah,
they were way good.
yeah. It's not
Um,
not a very expensive camera. I think I paid like $150 for it, but it did a great job.
would you classify the food at Sandals?
Oh, it's the best. I mean, there's a lot of all inclusives out there that call themselves all inclusive, but Sandals is truly the best all inclusive. I mean, they've got the best food. The quality is always on par. We went to, I I think the first night we got there, we went and met with our concierge, and we got we ate at Butch's the first night, and then we ate at Kimono's the second night, and I love both of those were fantastic. We actually ate at Butch's again later on in the week. We ate at the oh gosh, trying to remember the names of their semi restaurants. I mean, we ate at Neptune's. I mean, there was just tons of restaurants throughout the property. I can't remember all the names, but
Was Butch's the steakhouse?
It was. Yep. They actually have a Butch's on the Royal side, and they have another Butch's on the other side.
Oh.
Yep. So, but they were both delicious. The steaks were just fantastic. The Japanese at Kimono's was just off the charts. It was so good.
Oh, I saw pictures of that you posted.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the fire blazing up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So Sandals has had a couple reports here lately of bar staff being too friendly. And I want to know if you experienced anything like that.
Nobody groped me.
What?
Nobody groped me.
I didn't mean it like that, but I meant,
I'm sorry.
It wasn't at your property. It wasn't at Barbados anyway, but
Right.
I just wondered, were they friendly though?
Oh yeah, they're always friendly. Yeah, I didn't see any type of things, anything that was, not appropriate. Most of the time they're always trying to get you to have a good time. If they come around the bar, they're trying to, a lot of times they're wanting you to play games, and they're going to give away prizes and things like that. So they try to get you involved, and they'll try to get you up there and maybe dance or sing or do something kind of silly, have fun. They try to get not just you, but they try to get a large group of people together doing things. So I've not seen any type of inappropriate behavior.
Good.
Like by anybody. Yep.
Well, we would certainly be careful of that, because I have known Jeff for, beyond the 30 years, beyond just being his travel agent, but I was shocked to find how long he has been doing a ministry. Tell us all about your ministry and show us the muscles that go with it.
Well, here you go. No, I'm a part of a team called Faith Force. We travel. We're a team of athletes, Christian athletes. We travel around the country and around internationally as well. And we use Feats of Strength as a platform to share the gospel. And we'll go into schools and do school assemblies. And of course, in the schools we can't share the gospel, but at least here in America, in some of the countries we can. But we'll share messages about bullying and social media and a lot of the things that kids deal with in schools. And we'll talk about character and making good choices and working hard and setting goals and dreams. Of course, our goal is to be able to. We'd love to be able to share our faith in Christ, but in the schools we're not allowed to do that unless we talk to the kids one on one. The kids come up and ask us, then we can share with them. But we have a wonderful program. The kids love it. We just did some down at the beach here, coast of North Carolina, and had some great responses down there. And so we've been doing it for a long time.
When is your next event? Do you have something upcoming?
I'm actually we're looking at doing a couple missions trips. I've got guys in all over the country. Actually, some of our guys are in Texas and Florida and Missouri and Georgia, and I mean all over the country. So at any given time, we might have a little something going on in one of these other states. But here locally, we've been working on something down towards the coast in Whiteville, and we're also working on something down in Topsail. So, but we don't have anything on the calendar right this minute for upcoming events.
Well, when you plan something, will you come back on? Bless you.
I'm sorry. Got a bad cough.
Will you come back on our show and tell people about it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Terrific. I have to ask, did you get that cough on this trip?
No, as soon as I got back, and I may have had a delayed effect, but when I got back, it was like maybe 2 days later, I started having this little scratchiness in my throat, and so I woke up one night, I was coughing real bad, so and it's kind of just got a little bit worse. But I mean, I probably should have tried to boost my immune system. I probably should have took more vitamin C, and things like that before we went on our trip.
Well, I'm glad that you went on the trip and that you weren't sick while you were there.
No, that's exactly, yeah.
If you have to be sick, you might as well be sick at home.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, but
Well, you
I just
tell
want
Miss Rhonda that I so appreciate uh you guys. And
we appreciate
how
you
many times have you
too.
been to Sandals?
Oh gosh, Melinda. We've been to St. Lucia 3 times. We've been to Montego Bay twice, which actually that includes Montego Bay and the Royal. And then we in Jamaica, and we've been to Dunn's River, Ochos Rios, and oh gosh, somewhere else. We've been to Sandals probably 8 times now, 8 or 9 times.
And who's been your favorite travel agent?
Oh my gosh. Let me see.
A
You,
shameless plug. What can I say?
yeah, we want to tell you thank you too, though. You know, you've always been there for us whenever we've needed you, and sometimes I mean, I've actually called you from the trip with questions about things that I thought I needed help with, and you were always there to. In fact, there's a picture right here. There's a picture of us in Dunn's River at the waterfall in Dunn's River.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Great.
yep. But you and me, little Frank says, you and me by the sea. But you know, you've always been there for us. I mean, I know when I've called you, you've always picked up the phone. You know, it didn't matter what time it was. You always was there for me to help out with any questions. And so we love you and we appreciate your help. You've always been so good to us.
Well, I appreciate your business and your friendship. And now that I'm semi-retired, you know that y'all will always be on my list of customers I would be more than happy to work with.
Oh yeah, we're always gonna tell people about you too.
Okay, Jeff. Well, thanks so much, buddy.
You're welcome, buddy.
I'm
Love
gonna
you.
not be on the screen, but I'm gonna put that picture back up because I have to tell people the way the TSA rules are changing. So if you guys are flying soon, keep your eye out. But thank you so much, Jeff, for joining us
You're
tonight.
welcome. Buddy.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Ciao.
Bye bye.
Bye. Okay, guys, so I will share with you that this is a week with lots of firsts, and I apologize for the picture, but the very far left says that this is the first week of wildfire season in California, and there are two major fires. Up in Sacramento County in the north, there's over 900 acres have burned, and the fire is still burning, but mostly contained. In the south, in Los Angeles County, right on the I-5 freeway, with only 2% of it being contained, it has already burned 14,000 acres in Southern California. And if you've been to Southern California, you know that they don't have much free land to be burning. Uh, when I lived out there, you could drive from San Bernardino to LA and pass orange groves and farmland. And now it's like one community runs into another, into another, into another, all the way to LA. So 14,000 acres, that is huge. It is causing traffic issues as parts of the I-5 freeway are closed. And then from fire to water, in the first week of hurricane season, we are going to have our named storm. It's actually already been named Alberto, and it is forming. It looks like it is going to strengthen overnight in the Gulf of Mexico and head north to northwest over parts of northern Mexico and Texas. Guys, what they're telling us is that we're going to have an above average hurricane season. So one of the biggest things that I share is make sure that you have travel insurance. Another first this week is Royal Caribbean delivered the Utopia of the Seas. It will enter service next month to the United States, and it'll be doing short round trips out of Florida for the Bahamas and its private island. One story that keeps coming back up is the Villa V Residence Cruise. You know, the one that's going to sail for 3 years. I have a customer who has a friend that is booked on this. And she wasn't somebody who sold everything she had to be gone 3 years. But the people who did sell everything with anticipation of being gone 3 years are disappointed once again. They were supposed to start the cruise after being delayed 3 times. It was supposed to start on June 15th, and now it has been delayed till June 21st. They are waiting on a rotor. It looks like a big prop that has like an axle and a wheel. It's the part that holds the rotor to the boat, to the steering portion of the boat. So they certainly can't go without it. And something else that happened this week, it could have happened before now, but it's the first time that I have seen it in, probably a year. You know, I look at these stocks, cruise stocks specifically, every week. And this week, even though the S&P looks pretty good, all of the cruise stocks are down. Carnival was down 7%, down to $15.34. Royal Caribbean is down 4% at $148.50. Norwegian is down 7.5%, down to $16.56. And Viking is down also 6.5%, down to $30.86. That's the first time that I have seen all of the cruise lines go down in any single week. I've just never seen it. So let's go to the TSA rules. First thing I want to tell you is when you print your boarding pass, you know, like when you're ready to travel and you're within 24 hours, you check in online and you can generate a boarding pass. Well, if your boarding pass has an S, an SS, or 4 S's, SSSS, you have already been picked out for extra security. If you see that, it means you need to get to the airport early. It's going to be beyond the TSA regular checks. There's lots of reasons for this. Sometimes it's random. Sometimes you are chosen because you bought a one-way ticket or you bought a ticket last minute. There's lots of reasons, but that is just something that came to light and I wanted to share it. Many airports are now saying there's no need for you to take anything out of your carry-on luggage. However, you cannot be sure of that. So make sure that all of your liquids, you know, anything that's 3 ounces or less, that it still fits into a quart size baggie. It must fit in a quart size baggie. And if you have a nicer bag, you know, that like one of these TSA approved bags that have a zipper in it, cool. But put everything in the quart size baggie and then put that baggie inside of your very nice TSA approved liquids container. It depends on the TSA agent. It depends on whether they had a good day or not, because I'm telling you, there have been stories where They may say you don't have to take out anything. The very next day, you may have to take out all laptops and all liquids. Um, it just depends on the security level at the airports and if there's been suspicious activity. Next, laptops are the only thing that have to come out. Little Kindle readers, smaller things like that do not have to be in a separate bin, but laptops should be in a bin all by themselves. And guys, I know it's summertime, but please wear socks through TSA. Do you know how many people's dirty feet have come out of their shoes and walked and stood in the same place they want your little feet to stand as that x-ray thing goes around you? Wear socks. Um, and now TSA's app is available for you to download, and you can ask TSA questions right on their app. Like once you download the TSA app, you could check what's the current wait time for Raleigh-Durham Airport? What's the current wait time for the TSA line at Raleigh-Durham Airport? You can ask what time TSA opens. You know, there's nothing worse than having a 6:35 a.m. flight and everything that you read online says that you need to be there 3 hours in advance. And if you were to go to the airport 3 hours in advance, boy, if you didn't have a good travel agent telling you that TSA doesn't open till 4, you might really be upset that you got there 45 minutes before necessary. The next thing is to check. You can check to see if TSA is busy. You can see which lines are less busy. But one of the things that we have found, because we are human, we tend to go into an area and go to the right. So my first inclination in TSA lines is to go in, and when I get through, go to the line to the left, because generally it has fewer people in it. They are encouraging you to bring empty water bottles that you can fill up in the airport again. However, one of the biggest challenges for TSA are that people are getting through the line and oh, they forgot to empty the water out of their Yeti or out of a cup that they have. Um, the most frustrating thing is that they can confiscate that Yeti. Again, it depends on what kind of day that TSA agents had, but they could ask you to pour it out. They could ask you to get out of line, go back to the front, empty it, and then get back in the TSA line again. I'm telling you, TSA says that this is the rule most often broken. And the last time I had to have my bag searched, it was because I forgot that I had a miniature size water bottle in my carry-on bag. It does delay you. So drink all the water that you can, empty anything out, but you can't go through with water. It is summertime. You can go through with solid ice. So if you froze a bottle of water and you emptied out any of the liquid right before you went through the TSA line, that ice should be no problem for you to get through. I feel like you ought to keep everything that's really important to you on your person or invisible to you at least. I mean, you have to let go of your phone. So I put my bag in first, like my carry-on bag. In the middle, I'm going to have my personal item, and my phone and keys and everything would be to the side. And the very last bin is going to be my shoes and my laptop. That way, when it comes out, I've picked up my roller bag, put it on the floor. I've picked up my personal items, and then I'm just going to pick up the one bin with my shoes and my laptop in it, and I'm going to carry that away from the congested area where all these people are trying to get their stuff out. Please pick up that bin and take it to the one of the areas where you won't feel as rushed to put your shoes back on, get your stuff back organized again before you take off to your gate. Listen to what the TSA agents say. If there is low security, sometimes they may say there's no need to take anything out. And if there's no need, then all you'll have to do is take off your shoes and put your shoes and your personal item in one and your carry-on in the other one. If they're really backed up, sometimes they say that just to expedite things. So if they say that, don't be that person who then still pulls everything out of your luggage. Just listen to what they say. Carry-on changes. So TSA really doesn't have anything to do with this, but TSA announced that there are several carriers who are weighing carry-ons or your personal items, especially the low-fare carriers. I'll give you an example. Southwest has always let you carry on 2 free pieces of luggage. Well, now you could have that big piece of luggage that you're checking and your carry-on that you could check. But when you go to get on the plane, they do not want you having 3 more bags. They are asking people to consolidate, because the more bags that you have, the more congested it is getting on and off the plane. So Southwest specifically is saying you could get to the gate and they could say, if you're carrying a cooler and a purse and a backpack, everything needs to fit in that backpack. Or they are going to ask you to consolidate. And if you have a carry-on that will not fit in the overhead bins, now with summertime and summer travel increasing, people are checking in online. And so they're foregoing any checks until they get right to the gate. If they get to that gate and that gate agent determines that that piece is too large for the overhead bin, you can be charged for that piece of luggage. They can also offer to take it as, a free checked piece, where, like, many times when the overhead bins are starting to get full, the airlines will make an announcement that anybody who wants to have their carry-on be checked to your final destination, that there's no cost for it. So they really are cracking down on it. One of the ways that you can avoid this is I fill my pockets with everything. I usually have a vest on. I'll have my phone, anything that I need right away. I will have it in my vest pocket so that I can see where everything is. If you go to sleep on a long flight, you would think that people would be honest, but I still keep my money, my passport, and personal items on my person. Next, make sure that you download each airline's app. because as low fares are sprouting up, especially with some of the low fare carriers, they will offer onboard entertainment, but only if you have downloaded the airlines app. And if you've downloaded the app prior to your flight, then you have access to music and movies, even on some of the low fare carriers. Some of the things that I make sure that I carry on board are comfort items, like I always chew gum when I take off and when I land, so my ears will pop. So gum's always in my, I usually carry a fanny pack, and because that's going to stay on me all the time. And I turn it around to the middle of my back, and it makes a little bit of extra back support. It's going to have my passport, my phone, gum, my makeup, at least lipstick, and it's going to have earphones. If you're somebody who has pain when you take off or land, you might be carrying a nasal decongestant with you. And now, for people who do have that pain in your ears, check out earplanes. EARPLANES, earplanes. It's supposed to really help. We are going to Alaska in just a couple weeks, but even if you weren't going to Alaska, when you fly, dress in layers. You never know at that next connection airport. Is the airport going to be hot? Is it going to be cold? Most long haul flights are going to be chilly, and many times I need even the coat that I might have carried over my arm in addition. If you have to carry a lot of stuff on board, have you ever heard of the pillow case trick? It's just, if you get ready to fly and you have more things, I'm last minute. Oh yeah, I want to take this and I want to take this, and just throw it in a pillowcase, and you can carry that right under your arm, just like a travel pillow. Same thing for if you shop too much. When you get ready to head back, just throw it in a pillowcase. Another thing is, if you really have too much stuff, make sure you carry a shopping bag, because the airline attendants have no idea whether you bought that at one of the airport shops or whether you walked in with it. And they don't have any problem with you carrying a shopping bag on board in addition to your other items. Let's see. I think that I have just about covered everything. I really do want to thank Jeff and Rhonda TERRELL for allowing me to be their travel agent for all of these years. And I hope that I shared something with you tonight that you didn't know. And if you have other hacks that you know of, why don't you drop it down there so we all can learn? And if you have a travel story, reach out to me, because I may put you on just like I did Jeff TERRELL, so you can tell us about your travel story. Well, have a great week, and thanks again for listening to Weekly Travel Updates, guys. Ciao.
I believe that didn't put my computer. It just